One of the more interesting things about having the San Diego Food and Travel blog has been what it's taught me about myself and my cooking. One way that I've learned about it is when I find myself wanting to do a particular type of dish or a particular meat, a particular cut of meat, for a second or even third time. First time I noticed it was with crab cakes. Another has been short ribs. Another interesting thing about having the blog has been what it is people ask me for, what recipes they ask for, what types of cooking they would like me to send them some information about. And more than anything else, it's been short ribs. And so here we are for the third time with short ribs. We have some beautiful short ribs that we got at Senor Rocha's in Mexicali, and I've been waiting to cook them since we got them last week. Been sitting in the deep freeze, and they're now defrosted and ready to go. What I'm going to do today is a version of David Chang's Momofuku version of short ribs. He's got a version of it in his cookbook. I believe that he did a version of it on a Tony Bourdain Christmas show a couple of years back. We're going to do a slightly different twist on it. What we're going to do here is we're going to take some onion, Daikon and fennel, carrots, and some scallions. Into the pot they go, along with about a cup of sugar, maybe about 3/4 of a cup, some light soy sauce, about 2/3 of a cup, 3 cups of water, and 3 or 4 tablespoons each of apple juice, freshly juiced, and pear juice, also freshly juiced. Bring them to a boil while we season up the short ribs. We'll bring them up to a boil, then turn them back, simmer them for quite a long time until they're just about ready to start falling off the bone. Then into the refrigerator they will go to reabsorb their cooking liquid, and we'll go from there. We'll see them again in 3 to 4 hours. While our short ribs are braising, we're going to make the pickles that are going to be some of the garnishes for the dish. I have julienned up some farmer's market carrots and some daikons. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into a glass bowl. Make sure the layer is somewhat even. And then pour some water that I've boiled over the vegetables. Just cover them just enough so that they can take some of the raw, some of the crisp off of the vegetables. Then, relatively quickly, I'm going to drain the vegetables, and take a look at that. Get some white vinegar, put some sugar, some Aleppo pepper, and some salt back in our bowl. White vinegar goes on, perhaps a little neater than that next time. Whisk that together. Back in go the vegetables that we're pickling. Cover them with the vinegar. And in about an hour we'll have some pickles. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take the meat out of the braising liquid. There we go. Put it in here. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to strain the rest of the solids from the braising liquid, like so. Then we'll reincorporate both the meat and the liquid together, and then we'll place the meat with the braising liquid into refrigeration to, as I've said, allow the meat to reabsorb some of that braising liquid. Okay, now we've taken our short ribs. We took them on a trip to the refrigerator, cooled them down, separated the sauce so we had a layer of fat on top, and allowed the braising liquid to be reabsorbed by the short ribs. As you see here, I took them off the bone, and so now we've got our nice short ribs here. What I'm going to do now is caramelize them a little bit on the outside. We have the reduced braising liquid here, which we're going to use for two purposes. We're going to do a little bit of lacquering on the short ribs, and we're also going to thicken it up for a sauce. So, first we take some grapeseed oil, put it in our pan. Get it nice and hot. And it's about a tablespoon or two. Distribute it around the pan. And when our pan gets hot, we're going to sear them off. Okay, now that our pan is hot, we'll take some of our short ribs, pop them in here, get a nice sizzle. What I'm going to do now is take our braising liquid and pour it over in the pan. And just basting them, napping them. Alright, well, we're ready to plate the dish. Have some rice here in the ring mold. Remove the mold. Take a blanched scallion. Put some of our sauce on the plate. Then our short ribs. Go with our pickled carrots and onions. But there you go.